Hi everyone, it's Olga Zarr from SEO Sly. Welcome to SEO Podcast by SEO Sly. My today's guest is Emanuel Petrescu. Emanuel, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hi, Olga, and hi to everyone who's watching and listening to us.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm very happy to have you here. I've been watching you secretly for a long time. So, for people who don't know you, can you briefly introduce yourself? What do you do? What are you up to in SEO?
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled by your affirmation. I'm a big fan of your activity for the past 1 year or so, and
Thank you.
the podcast and everything that it's on top of just the podcast, the websites, the social media posts, and all that piece of information. And I always go there and always discover something new. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
My name is Emanuel Petrescu. I'm an SEO search engine optimization consultant specialist, but I like to call myself student of the craft. It's not an art, it's not a job, it's a craft. That's the way I see it. And I've been involved in digital media more or less for at least the past 10 years or so. I won't say exactly how many years because it will uh, let people know how old I am. Specifically,
Uh-huh.
I've been focusing for the past 3 to 4 years exclusively on SEO and mostly on SEO audits, small to size businesses, but also enterprise websites and many others.
So if you are into SEO audits, and I am too, we'll definitely have to have some discussion about that in that podcast in just a moment. And where are you based?
I currently live in Toronto, Canada, but I'm
Mhm.
originally from Bucharest, Romania, East Europe.
Okay, awesome. So can you tell me about your very beginnings? Like what made you start in SEO? Like what was your first job? And like take me there from the beginnings to until now.
I guess I should start with the year 2000 when I first discovered the search engines and what they do. Uh, the first search engine I was introduced to was Yahoo, and then Alta
Uh-huh.
Vista, and was whatever was at hype at that moment. But I remember Alta Vista and Yahoo.
Me
Before
too.
that, I was using the internet, but was never seemed to be able to find what I needed for. Only 30 years later, I think, with ChatGPT, I'm able to find what I was looking for back then. But that's a topic to another conversation.
Yeah.
After that, I started experimenting with some websites, GeoCities, Front Page Express, but just that. 2006, 2007, I had my own job, my own business, and I had no budget. So I had to learn how to build my own website. And through that, I learned also the SEO optimization techniques,
Uh-huh.
titles, URLs, internal linking, external linking, how to craft a press release, how to craft a blog post, headings, subheadings, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Some basic stuff. Now, I wasn't probably as successful with that business, but the skills that I've acquired, I can't unlearn them. So I've successfully applied those to consulting other companies. And I believe back home in Romania, the first big client was an insurance company, insurance brokerage, and actually teaching and training. So
Uh-huh.
consulting gig that I did as an SEO professional. And that was sometime around 2010, 2011.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's a long time ago. Okay, and what happened next?
Then I've I've created the projects for myself. They were somehow successful. They're not around anymore, but I was the first because the business I had was in the music industry. I had my own recording studio and record label.
Uh-huh.
I was developing the first home recording community back home, and I've did the
Oh.
whole thing affiliate wise. Although we didn't
Oh.
have affiliate possibilities back then in 2010 2011, it was really hard. It was only just a uh,
Mainly Amazon, I would
not
say.
Amazon, no, not even Amazon, especially in Romania. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if they're shipping right now, but back then it was only a shop from Germany, Thomann, I believe it is, and it was very difficult to get the affiliate. links.
Uh-huh.
It was just starting out, but I've created the entire website, a couple of blog posts. I've written an ebook on the subject that you could get. So the
Uh-huh.
lead generation ebook that people get it for free if they sign up to my email list, and all the good stuff that any affiliate SEO would have done back in 2011, 2012.
Yeah, this was also that time when I was creating websites hoping to earn from AdSense and Amazon. And I think, yeah, in my case it was mostly Amazon affiliate links, but I was creating the sites in English, so it was possible back then. And do you have an interest in affiliate sites? Do you have affiliate sites right now?
I am running some affiliate sites.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, I do not have the capacity. I don't have
Uh-huh.
the bandwidth to focus as much as a website like that is required, because
Yeah.
although we have automations, although we have people that help us, nothing actually happens without doing the work.
Yeah, yeah. And do those sites have a lot of traffic?
Some of them are still back home and they get, I would say, decent amount of traffic. The ones
Uh-huh.
that I have here in North America, for Canada specifically, does get some traffic. I was lucky enough that I've purchased some domains that had some some authority and some backlinks
Uh-huh. So it was
already.
easy.
I didn't check before.
Oh,
It was just the regular the natural domain that I would purchase for such a business. And after that, like any serious SEO,
oh,
after that I've checked, and it didn't have many backlinks, so it brings up a lot of traffic, but it's basically how they call it, peanuts. So it doesn't bring
okay.
enough revenue, but it's I always come back to them and I always check and see if there's something else, and I put them aside for some whenever I'll have time to deal with those.
Okay, okay, awesome. So that was 2010, 2011, and next it was like 10 years ago. So what happens in the
Like,
last 10 years?
I work still in the marketing field. I work in media mostly, and then I moved to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided to get a job in the digital marketing space, and I was, I guess, one of the lucky ones that found a job sooner rather than later for
Uh-huh.
a local agency here in Toronto that was exclusively dedicated to serving the law industry in the United States.
Uh-huh.
So that's where basically I did my was first interaction with the North American market, and it was a intense interaction for almost 4 years, and I've learned a
Uh-huh.
lot because I had the opportunity. I've seen it as learning opportunities. We were not just serving clients, but also own and published a couple of big websites that were bringing a few million unique visitors a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the opportunity to see that, to see a transition, to see a big migration, how a migration can go wrong, and also how
Uh-huh.
my migration can go well if you actually know what you're doing.
Yeah,
And funny enough, the price was the same.
I can totally relate to that.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so for the past 4 years or so, you were mostly focused on SEO and SEO audits, right?
Yes, and for the past 4 years or so, I've decided that I'll do only SEO, not focus so much on the website type of thing, and focus exclusively on SEO. Obviously, because I always saw any website that I'm working on as my own business, I always felt the need to correct the title. Okay, this
Yeah.
is not correct. URL is wrong. Why aren't you linking internally? You have 2-3 great blog posts. You have the keywords, you have the anchors there, you're not linking and all those things. So it came naturally to me.
Yeah.
So I was always in love, I guess, with this craft.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So now you are a freelancer, right? Like an
No,
independent consultant?
at the moment, no. I work for an agency
Uh-huh. Okay.
and
I kind of missed. Uh-huh. Yeah.
focusing more on the education, teaching, and always learning.
Okay. Okay. Always learning. So now let's talk a bit about SEO audits because this is something we both like to do. Tell me about your Yeah, we have all the time in the world.
Oh,
Just kidding. Tell me about your process for SEO audits. Like, what do you like about SEO audits? Like everything.
I have a presentation, and the first slide says, I like to be audited. Said no one ever, in any field, especially SEO.
Uh
But
huh.
I believe everything starts, every solid campaign, especially if it's new, and especially if it's been around for a while and it's new to you as the manager or the person who's handling it, starts with a good, thorough, solid audit. I like to see it as if you have a smartwatch. I don't, but some of the smartwatches say that you have a
I do.
high blood pressure, right?
Yeah.
It's
Or stress is too high.
okay. You go to your doctor and you say, "Hey, my watch says that I have a high blood pressure." What's the first thing the doctor will do? He's gonna take your blood pressure. He's not gonna rely on what the watch says. So that's kind of like the way I see it. Myself, I won't go as far as call myself an SEO doctor by no means.
We are SEO doctors, I would say.
Uh, sure, I
And
guess.
SEO tools are our watches that we have to interpret.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't have just one watch, unfortunately. I have a
Yeah, me
million
too.
of other watches that I look for. The first approach is I like to look, and it's the most difficult thing is to look at any website from a layman's perspective, from a regular
Mm-hmm.
user's perspective. Try to resist as much as you browse, not to explore the code, not to inspect the
Yeah.
element, not to see, okay, what's going on? Is this a link or is not? Where is it going to? Is it opening in a new tab or just some basic stuff? Try to resist as much. And this exercise by itself can bring up a lot of issues or a lot of questions that you can further explore. You can spend easily even a day or two on a 50 100 page website
Yeah.
if you really it depends on what's going on, obviously each audit being different, but I like to start with the website first and then go to the Google, see what the search engine tells about the website, because sometimes I simply do a site colon search and I discovered that the website, especially with WordPress, the website was hacked,
Yeah.
and it
Very
still has
common one.
hacked pages indexed, even if it was fixed. Still has some reminiscence in there. So many times, depending on the purpose of the audit, you don't even need to go further because
Yeah.
let's put it, the sale happens right there and there. Hey, your website is hacked.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I would say your process is quite similar at this point. I also, when I land a new client, I always start with an in-depth SEO audit, and which basically lays the ground for the entire SEO strategy for the next 12 months usually. And so this is like something that has to happen. And what you call becoming a user, I like to refer to this as manual review, which is basically the same. I browse the site on my mobile phone, I browse it on desktop, and see if something kind of draws my attention. And very often at this point, I can already list a bunch of things that should be fixed. Is it the same with you? Like you instantly, you just open the site. Sometimes it's just 5 seconds. I open the site and I already see, okay, this, that.
You already start to get a sense. As an SEO, I'm not a fan of sliders, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that they look nice, they look pretty, and it has the vanity impact overall that
Mm-hmm.
some websites need to have. But the way you implement the slide, do you really need a 12 megabyte image or
Yeah.
a 4,000 pixel wide image on there? And you can
Yeah.
like get a sense before putting it in any website testing, speed testing tool or those things. You kind of like get a sense of what's the problem. You also sense that if it on what platform it is and where to look for and so on.
Yeah. Okay. So the next step is Google. So for me, it's Google Search Console, like diving deep into what Google is telling me. And what tools do you use to crawl? Do you crawl the site with just one tool, or do you fire up like 5 different crawlers and then compare? What is it with you?
How many days do I spend on Google Search Console and jump from one item to the other? It's interesting. And again, if you're passionate, I don't see it necessarily as work.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually it's good to look at it from different perspective, each tool having its own point of view. Basically,
Yeah.
they all more or less tell the same thing, but they tell it in a different way.
Exactly.
By default, Screaming Frog is the go-to tool. If I were to choose, probably you only have one tool that you can use for the rest of your life. It will probably, hopefully that's not the case, but probably Screaming Frog, because it's
For me, that would be Google Search Console.
I don't consider Google Search Console as a tool per se.
Okay. In that case, yeah.
I consider
so Screaming Frog, yeah.
Then I'm using the SEO Power Suite a lot personally. All the other in the industry, SEMrush, Ahrefs. I like all my Ahrefs has this webmaster tool that you can use for free, and by default I add all the websites there as well, because you can schedule weekly audits,
crawls, yeah,
and all the good stuff. And especially if somebody else is having access, or you know that they're doing stuff on that website,
yeah,
this is one of the things that these weekly automation reports will bring up. And I've found and discovered, and I was able to action on those items.
yeah.
I would say Screaming Frog and SEMrush, SEO Power Suite myself. And it depends on how big the website is. I've used in the past Sideball. I know you are a fan of Sideball. And
for big sites, Jet Octopus, right?
That one I haven't experimented myself with yet. I can tell you that. So it's next on my list.
Okay.
Again, bandwidth.
Totally. Yeah, with Jet Octopus, it's great because I don't remember exactly, but it can crawl like 100, maybe I'm wrong, 100 pages per second, URLs per second, or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but like it is way faster, especially if you have like a desktop computer that isn't the fastest in the world. Sometimes this is a cloud-based crawler, so sometimes it's way faster if you want to do it this way. Yeah.
No, I've created a cloud. I actually did a video on how to set up a Screaming Frog on Google Cloud, because it makes it a little bit accessible, and you can basically do
resources,
a big crawl for nothing without investing on a solid computer, because Google is quite generous on giving you like $100 or $200 of cloud credit you can use to set up a solid computer in the cloud.
Yeah, I think I was doing audits like that when I was working, crawls like that when I was working at the agency, but now I have a pretty fast Mac, so I'm like doing it all here. But regarding Screaming Frog, can you tell me like some tips, some things you like to do with Screaming Frog that are like that are not that obvious that everyone is talking about? So probably you're executing JavaScript, you are running it in the cloud. What else is there?
I don't believe there's any tip I can share to you on Screaming Frog. It seems like whenever I watch you do something, a quick audit on YouTube, I always find something else that I can implement in my audits. Recently, I've been using more the error report from Screaming Frog as opposed to go somewhere else. It was always there. I've seen it, but only after I saw you doing it, I thought, okay, maybe I don't need go into so many details and just do it again somewhere else. This might be suffice. So I wouldn't say there's any tip that I would do for small to medium-sized businesses. I like Screaming Frog because you can basically see everything at a glance. It helps if there's some obvious errors, missing pages, still link to them, linking to HTTP, these things that can basically create overall a better user experience.
Yeah. I used to, for a long time, I was ignoring all the issues that tools were reporting, like Screaming Frog or other tools, just sticking with what I had, like my own checklist. But I started reviewing those issues recently, and actually, this is not that bad. Of course, some of them do not make sense. Some of them are not that high priority. But in many cases, I was actually able to find something else. But of course, I had to translate it into a more human SEO version for the client. But I find it pretty useful. And with Sidebulb, there is like a ton of documentation around every error. You have an error, and then you can click and you go to the article and you can read the entire history of that issue, and you can actually like learn a lot. If you I actually learned a ton of technical things with just reading the annotations that Sidebulb has for every like
Two
issue.
comments there.
Yeah.
One, as a fellow SEO consultant and friend of mine says, these tools, their main business is to tell you all the errors, to make it more prominent that they actually are. So they're in business of telling you errors even
Yeah.
when there's not what I would call an error. And second, with Sidebulb, I remember that this is how I discovered a totally new part of I didn't knew that the website I was working on had like 2,000-3,000 extra pages overall. I only discovered it with Sidebulb. It was taking way too longer, and I said, what's going on here? And then I've discovered so forth. And then I know I should talk about learning, and they do a pretty good job on the education part as well, because I believe once you sign up, you get a series of emails that goes in depth.
That too.
Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot, and from that I remember now emails from the founder, and he actually replies, because actually I'm testing it out. I've replied, hey, so and so, I don't remember what I asked, and he replied, yes, that's true.
I think Patrick. It's Patrick, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but anyway, that's nice. Yes. And the same with Jet Octopus. I think Julia is like personally responding to a lot of emails, from what I remember.
I know what I'm going to do after this episode.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so crawlers and anything specific about crawlers? Like, do you execute JavaScript for like the entire site? Do you what's your process for JavaScript auditing?
For the most websites that I've been auditing lately, being small to medium-sized businesses, that was not exactly the case. But sometimes I execute. It depends on the size. From the user's perspective, how you call it, the manual review, you note if they have, for example, chatbots, they tend to sometimes interfere with overall the user experience, or they have a pop-up or something like that, run any kind of scripts. Some lawyers have or tax or accountants have a tax form calculator or something like that can potentially create issues. So that's when I explore further, but I wouldn't do more than it is required, and that comes during the initial assessment.
Okay, so we did manual review, we crawled the site, we interpreted the results, and how do you put your findings? Is it like an Excel spreadsheet? Is it like a Google document or presentation? Tell me.
Depends on who's looking at the report. If it's a client or a prospect, he simply loves big Excel spreadsheet that he has no idea what all those abbreviations mean.
Okay.
I usually put them in an Excel spreadsheet with as much notes as possible for me first. Then the audit is one thing. What you could discover is another thing, but actually getting your recommendations implemented, or whatever the purpose of the audit is, making it happen, it's a completely different set of skills that are required to do so. The presentation and so on, it requires some client services work. And again, it depends, right? If you do an internal audit on the website, big website that we're working on, it's a different approach. That said, always less is more. So there's always all the SEO templates, including yours, SEO audit templates, have some form of a priority.
Yeah.
And start with the most prominent ones. As said in the beginning, sometimes if the website is hacked, you don't even need to go through all.
You know what's high priority.
Yeah, and all those things. But usually a document, I like to think that for small to medium-sized websites, you can actually fit everything into a single page that might have a chance somebody to look at it and especially action on it specifically. PowerPoint presentation is also the case, and it depends if the audit includes also other aspects and not just the technicals. Keywords, for example, or local positions and so on.
Yeah, yeah. Because I have basically like two types of audits. One is like similar to you. I put an Excel spreadsheet with like checks, numbers, like that template that's I think quite famous. And the other one is the checklist is more or less similar, but I put it in a Google document where there is like table of contents and with jump links. And I put actually a lot of explanation to each point, which is like manually written. There are screenshot examples, detailed ones. And this is usually for like more aware clients that need a lot of explanation and clients that are going to implement the changes themselves. It really, like, of course, it depends on the type of audits, whether it's an in-depth one or a quick one. And talking about types of audits, like how much time do you spend? How much time have you spent on the biggest audit you have ever done? Or how much is it on average? You said like a day or two, like tell me the ranges.
That's a tricky question. It depends, right?
It
Like
depends, yeah, of course.
I would say if it's and you might need to do an audit for a 3 or 4 page websites, right? So
Yeah,
that's 20
a
minutes
quick
to
one.
30 minutes, maybe let's say even an hour. As you said, if you put everything in documents, screenshots, and so on, that actually will take longer than doing the audit yourself, right? On that note, recently I've been using Figma a lot. You can create a template and then just upload it there with so that's one of the tips that I might share as well. They look prettier. It's a little bit more in depth than Canva, and graphic designers like it more than Canva, basically.
Okay, I haven't used that. Okay.
Then I forgot my thoughts. How long? I've probably spent at least 5 dedicated days exclusively to an audit. So yeah, but it was a bigger website. It was a publishing website which has its own special criteria. Google News. That's how I learned about publishing SEO for publishers, which is still SEO, but it's a different view. It's a different approach. You won't approach a publishing website as you approach a small to medium sized website or an enterprise website. So I would say 5 days exclusively on an audit.
Yeah, that's I think more or less how I do it. I think the longest it took me, I think it was one time, it was like more than 100 hours, but it was like a huge website. And I was like basically analyzing everything there was to analyze. Okay, so do you also offer the implementation of the audits? In case of smaller sites, it's usually not such a difficult thing to do. How is it with you?
Yes, it depends because I work on an agency. Many of the things are implemented from the
On
agency.
the agency.
Yeah, and again, it depends. If it's a small website, sometimes even the client can go in and do it himself. If it's about titles and meta description, then okay. Sometimes you just show them or send them some documentation how to add internal links on a WordPress website. There are probably a billion videos out there, and some people are very proficient, and you just show them once and then they know and then move on to the next thing, and that's also good for them. They don't waste time, they don't waste budget, and I get to move on. So again, it depends.
Yeah, it depends. And some clients need a year to implement one title tag change.
1 year?
So, yeah, I had such cases at the agency side. Like they were like,
No, I mean 1 year in a sense, so fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, very fast. Yeah, one of the fastest ones. Yeah, awesome. So, how do you increase the chances of your recommendations of getting implemented? What are your top tips? Should a video show the client how to do it? What else?
Good thing that you brought the video audits, because sometimes I found that's the fastest way of actually sending and incorporating everything into a video. And funny enough, I never thought about it when you asked me before, but I've been doing some of these quick tips, quick video audits sometimes, and it depends, right? If I've been doing some consulting for a friend, so for somebody that I know, also family member, so I didn't charge him, but I didn't want to spend that much money as well. So I just recorded a 30 minutes, 40 minutes quick tips, quick SEO audits scan, similar to the ones that you do on your YouTube channel as
Uh-huh.
well. And I wouldn't be much of a marketer if I wouldn't recommend anybody who's listening and watching right now not to subscribe to your channel.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to publish more of those SEO audits because I think this is like the one thing people love the most on the channel. Like all the other things that they like as well, but audits, like they always get the most views.
And especially people who have there's this concept of skin in the game. Business owners who have small to medium sized websites, they don't have a budget to hire an SEO consultant, but even if they get one tip from a 1 hour video or 30-minute video that they can implement today, and that will give them, just put them on top of the next competitor, then that can mean, I don't know, you can't always go for number one, but even if you're like number 8 and you become number 7 in a small market, can mean significantly increase in your revenue from organic.
Yeah, sure. Like one thing I keep talking about and I keep finding are low quality internal links, like read more, and just changing that globally can really have such a huge impact on the entire site. I've seen such cases when just getting rid of read more links and making titles links made the site like go like this. So
I
yeah,
know
that's
that you emphasize a lot, and
yeah,
funny enough, whenever I see on a website right now, I feel like you should have an app or something like that. Whenever you find a read more link,
yeah.
icon or something, a picture of you, say no, not read more, not good.
Don't do it. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
exactly.
And I become more aware since I've been watching you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, and how do you teach? How do you learn first? How do you learn about SEO audits? How to do them more efficiently? What's your process? How do you stay up to date? Do you take courses? Have you taken any courses?
By the hard way usually. I think I've went into audits because something was not working and I didn't know what, so I had to learn. I was looking, okay, the technicals is everything okay from the user standpoint? Is everything working? Is it nice? Is it presentable? Does it have enough EEAT, and so on? And then I've discovered that I like to go deep and
Yeah,
dissect, I guess, and
yeah.
pinpoint stuff. I have a saying that's also in my slide, a saying that I live for during my life by Cardinal Richelieu. Goes something like, if you give me 2 lines written by the most honest of men, I'll find something in there to get him hanged. So
Oh, yeah,
basically, you'll find something on any website,
yeah.
even
Exactly.
so. No, and some major ones. We're not talking about an extra space or a comma or not a link. Something like very big and very obvious from other SEO gurus or leaders in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the reality. But of course, not all the things are the same. I like to tell people that this Google will always try to show their users the best possible answer for that query. So that's it. You learn SEO. Here we go. One of the most valuable companies on the planet, billions of dollars a year from search, and we crack the code.
And I
Oh,
think like you were saying, and I think that I should also shoot a video and audit my own website because I know that there will be
oh,
things to point out as well. So that may be an interesting one as well. Yeah, because
definitely.
yeah,
You asked me how I learn. Obviously, the hard
yeah,
way by doing it. Also, reading, staying up to date, courses, videos. There have been many great shows and videos and sessions with SEO audits created by our mutual friends that
uh-huh,
enable people like me to learn and always discover something like that. And I remember those how dissect my site or something like that. It had a name, a series of toast roast my site or toast my site, my
uh-huh,
website, something like that. A series of workshops or of webinars, I believe,
uh,
from SEMrush. And
Yeah.
they had 3 or 4 experts doing quick audits, and I've learned so much just from that, because you don't get to see just one perspective. And because they were doing so many in such a short time, they were actually pointing out what's important and what to look for. And from 2 or 3 videos, you could learn so many things from something like that. But as always, usually when it hurts, that's when you start to learn. So I started by internally auditing the properties that my company was managing and operating, and then started from there. Articles, talking to peers, watching people such as yourself, and so
Awesome,
on.
thanks. And talking about SEO courses, I am like creating now one. I am building a community all around SEO audits, but it's of course it's taking me way more time than I supposed it would take me. So I hope it is going to happen in the first half of this year, 2023. What about you?
I said the same thing sometime in 2021.
Uh-huh.
I actually recorded a course. It's the second version, V2, and it's beta testing right now. I'm getting the feedback, and you guessed it, it's about SEO audits. Doing an SEO audit, presenting an SEO audit, and recording and teaching a course on SEO audits are two separate set of skills that
Yeah.
don't necessarily are linked one with the other.
Exactly.
And I believe by recording a course, I'm the one who's learning the most.
Yeah. I think Jason Barnard said the same thing. He recently did create a course as well. And this is also what he said, that he learned so much about what the course is about during the course creation. And I can say the same with me. I want to create something and then, I have to read more about this. I'm not sure about that. I have to watch this, that. And actually, this is a course for me on doing SEO audits.
Of course, it's growing. It's
Yeah,
about
and
growing.
yeah, exactly. And what platform are you using for the
Udemy.
course?
Udemy.
Udemy.
Yes, it's
Okay.
my go-to platform. It's accessible. It has its own audience. Most people in the SEO industry, from beginners, juniors to experiments, have an account there, so it's easy to
Yeah,
enroll.
probably. Yeah.
When will it be available for the public? If I said this in 2020 or 2021, it will be the first part of this year. Then I wouldn't lie anymore.
Okay. I see. Okay. Any final thoughts about SEO audits? Maybe one more question. Can you recall one of the weirdest things you spotted during one of your audits? Something that was like totally unexpected.
As said at the beginning, I've discovered a couple of some good 2000 something pages that the website I was working on, and I was working for a couple of weeks already.
And you didn't know that those pages existed.
Yes, I was
But were
only
they like in a subdomain or were they
no
like
on the main website.
orphan pages? Yeah.
Almost orphan pages. There were one link to the first one. It was a series
Okay.
of tips, but instead of having consolidated tips on a single page, they choose to publish even one sentence tip on a separate
On page.
on a page, with the note that I was not doing the SEO optimization on that website. I was mostly like publishing and updating and consolidating
Uh-huh.
other content. And at one point, something was not working. I said, okay, let me run a crawl. I was using
Okay.
probably sideball biting right now, and I discovered, okay, what's this? Okay, now I know. And then I started to paint the bigger picture. So SEO audits didn't happen just like that. For me, it was a series of actions that I took that
Mm-hmm.
ended in me loving this part of the SEO craft. And one of the weirdest things, there are many weird things. I've discovered something that probably you don't want to see, images or pictures or information available for
Uh-huh.
whoever might do a site crawl, a site column.
Uh-huh.
email
All
address.
indexed.
And
Okay.
in spreadsheets, you could download the spreadsheets, so you don't need to do any other work and all those things. Yeah, those were basically the main things.
Okay.
Nothing
Okay.
spectacular, nothing that would say, oh my God. No, but one thing I would say is during the audits, we discussed there are many aspects of why a website would perform well. It's not just one thing.
Yeah.
Server matters a lot, and some people pay $20 a year and they expect good results. And I was surprised to see a big website that was on a very very cheap
Uh-huh.
option
Yeah.
for their hosting.
Regarding those cheap hosts, very often you will see in Google Search Console cross-stats report that there are those robots text fetch. There are 3 types of reports: DNS connection and something else. I don't remember. And very often with cheap hosts, you will see that something was not necessarily okay for the entire time. And at least I had a few such cases. Okay. Any comments?
Uh, it's amazing. I've been devouring and consuming all the information you've put out there for the past couple of months, up to a year already, I believe.
Yeah. I think on
Thank
YouTube,
you for that.
around a year, less than a year. Yeah, but I still make so many newbie mistakes when it comes to YouTube, podcast, video, like quality. There is still so much for me to learn, and this is like a separate skill. It doesn't matter that I know SEO auditing, but I have to also like at least have basic understanding of those other pieces that are necessary. And the same with SEO course.
Definitely, different set of
Oh,
skills.
yeah. Okay, so let's close the topic of audits and now something more personal. What does your normal day look like? You wake up, you start learning SEO,
Of
and
course,
tell me.
I like to think that each day is different when it's not.
Hmm.
In terms of, I wake up, I try to allocate some personal time reading, answering emails, probably learning. I like to learn in the morning at most, and then doing the SEO optimization stuff. Starts with
Okay.
what's urgent. Some fires need to be put up immediately, or some reporting, some prospecting, uh, some content review, some new opportunities to identify, all the good stuff, keyword research, link reviews, content reviews, and so on. That's basically what a day looks like. I try to schedule them as much as I can.
Hmm.
It's not always happening the way I set them up, but I can only imagine how would they happen, or more specifically, how would they not happen if you don't plan for them as much as you can in advance.
Yeah, sure. And do you work remotely? Do you miss going to office?
I guess it's been a blessing in disguise, I guess, for working from home. Uh, Going to the office has its own benefits, per se. We're humans, so we need the human interaction, not just the live one, the virtual one. We need the
Hmm.
actual live one. So uh, I there's a saying, when you don't have what you want, you better
Yeah. I
enjoy.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think they like to say homebody. So I totally, I couldn't like go to the office and I don't miss it at all. Like this is the place to be, to live, my home and my
well,
computer.
I'm so focused on my work sometimes that it doesn't really matter where I am. It's basically the same
Yeah.
thing. My screen tends to be kind of like the same, regardless of what's going on
Location, yeah.
behind me.
And do you go to SEO conferences? Are you going to like,
I've attended some virtual ones. Once I came to Canada, it was more accessible for me to go to some local ones. The biggest one I've been to was not an SEO conference; it was a work camp for WordPress. I'm
yeah.
a fan of WordPress, And I had the opportunity to learn a lot and interact with some knowledgeable people that actually really know what they're doing, and they're like truly expert
Mm-hmm.
in the field of SEO. Uh, I didn't know many things can be done that fast, that cheap, and at a
Uh-huh.
scale without uh, attending in these in-person meetings. And for 2023 and beyond, my plan is to start being more active, if not in the office, at least in person at some conferences.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So tell me now, what do you think is the area of SEO people should be focusing on now, right now, like more?
Uh, I guess probably
AI.
leveraging the partnership they have with their best virtual assistant, which is
Yeah.
AI and Chat GPT. How to, I won't say be perfect, but how to leverage its use at most for your specific needs.
Yeah.
I see him as an extension. If I expect him to do my work, then I think off to a wrong start.
Yeah.
But as I use some rank tracking tools and I don't take pen and paper and put in my keyword and I say, okay, position one is this website, title, meta description, okay, who's position two, and so on. No, I use tools that monitor this and send me into a spreadsheet. I see Chat GPT and the likes because I assume
Mm-hmm.
more will come soon. Is also something like this, an extension that will help me scale and perform even better than I anticipated.
Yeah, be more efficient. Yeah. And I, to be honest, like I enrolled on a bunch of different courses around AI on Coursera. Like I don't know how many I enrolled right now, 8 or more. And I'm going to go through all of them because I feel that I have like basic understanding, very basic of coding, of AI, very basic one. But I feel that this is something I need like a very deep understanding of to be able to perform in the years to come. So we'll see how it goes. Keep your
Definitely,
fingers crossed.
definitely will need more than just opening and closing tags in HTML.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so where can people find you? What's the best place?
Probably my website,
Uh-huh.
emanuelp.com, emanuelp.com, and at
Uh-huh.
emanuelp986 on all your favorite social media platforms.
Okay. And on your website, I haven't seen it. Do you like publish SEO knowledge there?
Depends on when you're watching at the moment. The current
Okay.
website that's
I will
live
check
as
it
of
out.
today is the one I used for the course.
Okay.
Because it has so many issues that it was actually a great example that I could use for mine.
Oh,
Um, I'm
nice.
working on a separate version that should be launched from the day that we're recording this, no longer than a week. And that
Mm-hmm.
one should be a little bit, first of all, more presentable and more in depth. And I'll try to focus more on creating content for my website. I'm one of those guys that kind of like neglected me and my website for the longest. I always like
That's
had a website but never actually put into it, but I try to add
yeah.
more stuff to it. And because it's my website, I also share stuff that's outside of the digital marketing and SEO
Mm-hmm.
perspective, because it's my website and
Yeah,
it's
you
about
can share
me
whatever you want.
and that. But I'll be definitely focusing more on creating great content, video, blog posts, and all the good stuff.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So it was very nice talking to you. Thank you for sharing your knowledge about SEO audits and sharing your SEO story.
My pleasure, and as said, a privilege.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you once again, and thank you everyone, and see you in the next episode of SEO Podcast by SEO Sly. Bye bye.
Don't forget to like, subscribe,
Yeah,
and hit the notification button and leave
yeah,
a
and
comment. Let us know what you think about this episode.
that's awesome. I always forget to say that. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure.